Hello everybody, Sifd here again with another Soulstone Survivors run, the craziest bullet heaven roguelike out there. This game is like Vampire Survivors, you know, classic Survivors game, but you very easily break the game, get full screen explosions, everything just dies, you're gonna be busted no matter what. We're gonna go back into this game because there has been a huge patch, there have actually been two huge patches. The one is them added this unholy cathedral, which is like a boss arena, and now they also are adding the Titan Hunt, which is like a quest arena or something. I want to do a run with this. Let's not go into the highest possible difficulty. Let's go into one difficulty lower than that, because this is pretty hard if you don't have every single meta progression, and I don't have every single meta progression. Let's see how this is gonna go. We should be able to get this. Now the game has endless scaling, so the opponents at some point will destroy us. I want to mention here real quick, this is the assassin, this is us. We have 3 dashes, which they refresh at the same time, so I can do 1, 2, and then wait, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, you can do them all together because that's an awesome system. And these are my 2 attacks, which the moment I go into the fight, they're gonna start auto-firing. We have the Sinister Strike, which is like, it has a lot of keywords. It says thrust, frontal, whatever. It's an attack that says stabs enemies in the target direction, causing damage. I gain form and haste. And ambush also applies bleed. What does that mean? Well, first of all, form means I get critical chance, haste means I get movement speed for a couple of seconds, and then ambush means if I attack them from behind, it does the effect, and the effect is that it does bleed damage. Then we also got eviscerate here, which says strikes enemies in the target direction, causing damage. I'm applying bleed. I gain form and haste. So once again, the same thing: bleed, form, and haste. That is, bleed is pretty much damage over time. Form is critical chance, and haste is movement speed. And I also gain ambush, causes damage based on the number of stacks of bleed. So if I apply a bunch of bleed, this is gonna do a bunch of damage. So we're a bleed build, so to speak, with a bunch of other things. Now that the intro is done, we choose what boss we have to fight. So we got the Arumba, the spider, we got Volcron, the Cobalt Sparks, and Terror, the Sands. Now these have different things that they give you. We're gonna go with Broodmother here. I have played this before. They give you different things, and what you chase down is important. I also want to mention the last thing here, and then we're gonna go into the run. I have a passive that says every time I kill a target, the game is gonna give me a target every 54 seconds. I'm gonna get crit chance, damage, cast frequency, movement speed, multicast, a bunch of passives for 40 seconds. So let's go chase down the spiders, as it's gonna give us the best passives. This is us, this is the fight, and we start stabbing, stabbing, stabbing. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to run around and do quests. If you look at the top right, you're gonna see we have a bunch of different quests on the map. There is a gray one, a green one, and a blue one. These things give you different type of points. These here void fragments. We need 15 void fragments right now. This gray one is gonna give us 1, the green is gonna give us 2, the blue is gonna give us 3. Let's go ahead and do a green quest, gray quest, so we start going into this. First of all, I also got some levels, right? And the game is a roguelike, so we're gonna get passives here and we're gonna be combusted. First of all, I found a multicast chance on eviscerate, 48% chance to cast it twice, or our passive, the passive with it chasing down the target, gives us 4% more damage. Now I'm gonna definitely go with the multicast chance. We got a new spell here. I can go into Shadow Step, creates a dark portal in front of you, another way from you, allowing you to teleport. If you do that, you cause doom. I want to do a bleed build. I want to do a bleed thrust build. That's the idea here. Blade Storm, this is not neither bleed nor thrust. This is swing, lasting area, physical, slashes enemies around you. I don't care about that, we're gonna reroll those. A poison item, throws a projectile in the target direction, raining acid and doing poison, who cares. Fire multiple bombs in the area in front of you, each causing damage and applying bleed. This is also bleed based. I enjoy that as an idea. 10 bombs, they do total damage, 700 bleed. I do enjoy this as an idea, but I have a different build in mind, so let's reroll that away. Actually, no, let's not reroll that away. Let's actually get this for now. For now, let's actually get that. We're gonna passive here again, damage modifier, but lose movement speed or lose gain max health. We're gonna banish the gain max health, is what I would say. Do I ever wanna get max health? Yeah, no, we're gonna get one shot at some point. So let's just banish that and never find that again. All your attacks may now apply bleed. 25% chance to apply 334 bleed. We're gonna take that. We're gonna now play the game. So the quest is kill the tentacles of heresy. We have to kill 4 tentacles. That is pretty much the quest. So let's try to destroy those tentacles. We're gonna level up here. All your attacks do bleed from 334 damage to 667 or crit chance. I mean, we don't care about crit chance. We're an assassin. We're gonna get crit chance some kind of other way. I'm gonna continue here throwing bombs to the opponents bombed away. Level up. We got a double slash. Slashes the target direction twice, causing damage and applying deliberate. Again, bulwark and finesse. Deliberate is reduce the damage the opponents do. Bulwark is I have block power, so chance to block. Finesse is I gain multicast. A lot of info, I know. Swing, frontal, physical. I don't care about that. Throws a bomb in an area in front of you that explodes into projectiles that fly in all directions, causing damage based on the number of stacks of bleed on the target. So this is 6 damage based per stack. 15 projectiles. Let's take that one too. So we are right now a bunch of bleed and also more damage based on bleed. We got one more dash or more damage on eviscerate. Honestly, I'm gonna get more dash because dashes make you damage immune, and having multiple dashes is important in this game. A target appeared. You see we have this little target there. 10% AoE or 20% attack speed on the first spell. We're gonna go 10% AoE in my opinion. So there's that. And this guy's gone. Let's level up again. We got a poison and we got throws a bomb in an area in front of you, pulling enemies towards its position, causing damage and applying bleed. Once again, this is a bleed build. I don't really want to go this much deep into bombs. I would like to get some other things going, but for now, let's actually get whatever spells. We're going to change these spells around. That is the idea in general. You want to be changing the spells if they don't really fit the build, and I don't really want this. We're going to switch them around moment. 25% more AoE. I'm going to get the AoE, of course. Let's continue on. The reason why I'm not wasting my rerolls now is because I'm going to try to maximize my reroll efficiency a bit later. Let's continue on. We got a level. Crit chance or AoE on the spell. I'm most likely gonna throw away. I don't want any of these. Let's get crit chance for now. My crit chance is 81% anyway. Yeah, I should not increase my crit chance further. We have a really good crit chance. And we did our first quest. So the quest gives us this gem. And this gem is a lot of XP. That's what that is. Poison or double slash. None of these, honestly. Let's roll away. Void and void. It says doom and doom. I don't really care about doom. That's a debuff that says the following. It does a bunch of damage. Most of the time it's a lot of damage after 5 seconds, but if you refresh it, then it actually stacks on top of the doom and then it just waits. So it's like a ticking bomb, but the moment you refresh it, the ticker goes up again. But if the opponent has as much as the doom damage, then he just dies. So for example, I do 5000 doom debuff on a 6000 health unit. It's just gonna wait for 5 seconds and then take the damage. But if I do 6000 damage, it's gonna just die. Let's refresh these. Bloodsaw launches a sharp projectile in the target direction, quickly causing damage every 0.3 seconds and applying bleed. Gain finesse. This is a swing. I would like to get this. Finesse is a multi-chance. I want this and I also want this. Summon assassins that cause damage and apply bleed. To fight for you, temporary trait, cunning. So cunning is units summoned by the skill will prioritize valuable targets. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get 3 units with a cap of 12. So I want that. I want to get some assassins. Let's get a bunch of XP. Nice. The assassins just appear, so we're gonna start having a team going on. I don't want anything to happen to the bombs. I'm gonna get this experience gain 20% and 100% pickup area. Or crit chance, and we're gonna get XP gain and pickup area. I'm skipping a couple of these upgrades. The moment I see a symbol of a spell, I'm not gonna keep in the build. I'm already checked out. Let's go and chase down the target we have to kill. There it is. We found for each skill you have of type bomb, improve your skills without the bomb type. It sounds good, but I'm not gonna play bomb build, and I'm gonna throw away all the bomb items. Every time you apply haste, you have a chance to get finesse. 38% chance to gain 1 finesse. Finesse is multicast chance. So this is gonna go crazy because I'm gonna be a haste build. So let's get adrenaline. That's actually really good for us. But if the bomb build, no, forget the bomb build, doesn't exist. This guy died and now I have the contract activated, so I'm gonna be a lot more powerful. So let's go ahead and get this done. Let's level up. We got some void things. Now, because I have 6 spells, it's gonna give me spells if I want to, and I can go away from these. And if I don't enjoy these either, let's say I don't enjoy these, although 10% frequency is good, but let's say I don't enjoy these, I'm gonna reroll here, and it's gonna go back to spells again. So I'm gonna be able to see spells and passives. Leave a trail of landmines behind you, causing bleed. No, we're not gonna go into that. Let's roll away. And we got every time I gain haste, I gain finesse. 38% chance to gain 2 finesse. So this was a really, really lucky one. Nice. And let's level up again. I got cast frequency on eviscerate. Eviscerate is gonna stay in the build until the end of time. And the quest is to kill the cultists, 8 of them. Very nice. Let's level up. We got 15% damage against 30% damage on the Eviscerate. We're gonna go with a 15% damage. I know I'm rushing a bit through these, but they're very basic upgrades for any type of these games. If you ever saw any type of these games, then this is it too. I don't care about poison, neither do I care about doom. Let's roll away. I got a legendary Sinister Strike. Sinister Strike is my starting spell. Increase the multicast chance by 60% and all your attack apply bleed. I'm gonna lock this in because there is a lock mechanic. I can lock 10 things because I want this. I'm gonna lock it in for my next level up. But I'm gonna get the 60% chance to multicast the Sinister Strike. So that now has a chance to just attack twice, literally. And here I get the damage for the Suction Bomb I don't care about, or more bleed. We're gonna obviously go with more bleed. Level up again, more damage against Suction Bomb. We're gonna go with the more damage. I want to keep my rerolls for when I want to keep my rolls for when I specifically get skills. Poison and poison, I don't care about that. For each skill you have of type thrust, improve your skills without thrust. This is really good because I'm gonna be mainly a thrust build. So we're gonna go 12 more damage on every skill that is not thrust for every thrust. Let's do this. This is a void event. Void lord events are like boss events. More damage on my first attack or more damage in general. 30% on my first or 10% on everything. I'm gonna go with 10% on everything, as that 10% on everything I think applies also on bleed, so that's a lot more important than the other thing. On bleed in general, you know, passives, everything. And now we are fighting 3 bosses which do a bunch of things. Now, if you play the game for the first time, this is madness. If you play the game for the... if you get to this event where I'm right now, you are playing the game for at least 10 to 20 hours. So you know what's happening. Every time I gain form, I gain haste. That's really good. So haste is movement speed, form is crit chance. And this is your crit strikes apply bleed. I want both of these, so I'm gonna lock this in and we're gonna get this upgrade. I am gaining form, so I'm also gonna be gaining haste now, so I will start gaining movement speed. I got a level up, I got a skill or the passive. We're gonna just get the passive. So now my crits, which by the way I have a 130% crit chance, so that's every single one of my attacks, has a 50% chance to bleed the opponents. Level up. Increase the multicast chance of all your bomb skills, or for each skill you have of bomb. I want to get away from bombs, so let's reroll here. Everything applies bleed, we're gonna take that. Haste gives us finesse even more, that's also nice. And I got one of the best skills in the game in my opinion. Throws daggers in the target direction, quickly causing damage, applying bleed, and having a chance to gain form every 0.2 seconds. It's a 25% chance to give us form. I have things that say when I gain form I gain haste, so that's gonna combo, and I'm gonna be applying bleed. So I'm gonna take this. It also is 20 hits, and we have a thing that says when you hit something, you have a chance to bleed, so this combos with that very well. We're gonna get the Flurry, which is a thrust skill, and we're gonna throw away the first bomb, which is not the one that does damage based on bleed, but the one that says this applies 607 bleeds, this applies 703, 2.7 cooldown, 1.4 cooldown. We're gonna throw this away, the 2.7 cooldown. Now I have the Blade Flurry, which is this attack here. It looks like a bunch of blades that get thrown out, and I enjoy the skill a lot. It's pretty powerful. We got a global magnet. The game has global magnets. The game in general has a lot of good things going for it. Let's chase down our target here. Here it is. And target's toast, so I got the contract active. For each type of thrust, the rest of the skills gain more damage. So that's gonna be the bombs right now. It's not gonna be the bombs at the end. We're not gonna have these bombs at the end. Let's go into a blue event, which is again a boss event. Boss events give you more XP and in general give you global magnetism, so obviously boss events are a good choice. And we're doing a lot of damage, already seeing our bosses are melting. Maybe I should have played in the highest... Whoa, 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 and we almost died right there. I have 2 death defies, by the way. 6 now crit damage, I'm gonna go with crit damage. There's a very, very good chance we're gonna die here, and I just healed. Luckily there was a healing crystal inside of this zone. I got the global magnet, giving us 2 levels. Slashes in the target direction, causing damage. Damage is multiplied based on your block power. Gain finesse, not really. More spear trap. Conjure a spear trap under the random enemies that cause damage and apply expose and form. Finesse is multicast chance. Expose is increased direct damage. I'm going with a bleed build, so I don't care about that. Let's roll these away. Thrusts. Increase the area modifier of all of your skill of type thrust. Straight up. So it's more AoE, 30% more AoE on my thrust skills. Damage, 45% of my ninjas, which also includes the bleed they do. So right now they do 191 bleed. If I take this, they do 245 bleed each. So obviously that's good, because more bleed means more damage, as we are a bleed build. And we found a treasure goblin, so let's chase this thing down. It's right over here. Actually attack it from behind, to be honest, as we're doing a lot more damage from behind. We got that thing, it's toast, it's dead. Didn't really give us anything. Let's start picking up all the XP that these guys dropped. Boom, got a level, global magnet, global magnet, global magnet, and let's go to the next event, which, by the way, specifically is going to be my assassination target. Even more damage on my assassins, 90% of that. Let's destroy this assassination target. Nice. And now we got another event over here, which is stay inside of the chest zone. We found one of the better things. This says hit enemies around you, causing damage, applying exposed, gain bulwark and form. And this is another thrust skill. But the thing is, I want at least one of the skills to not be thrust. I mean, that's still happening right now. Exposed, increase direct damage taken by up to 8% for 6 seconds. That's what exposed does. Direct damage only though, which I don't care about that much. That's why this does not really matter to us that much. I have 1 thrust, 2 thrust, 3 thrust, and 4 thrust. Let's roll these away. We got multicast. Increase multicast chance of all your skips of type area. That's not gonna matter that much later, so let's go with 10% attack speed here. 36% area on this. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's go with this. I don't think so. We're gonna stay inside of the chest zone once again. I also have a bunch of crazy buffs right now. So we're good, we're good, we're good. Let's go. Give me the chest. The chest gives you an insane amount of XP. So it's most likely gonna give us... Look at this. Look at this. Level up. Form gives you haste. Haste is movement speed. Once again, I really care about haste. There is a plan here. 8 block power or crit damage. We're gonna go crit damage. Obviously, we are a crazy crit build anyway. We're a crit build, bleed build. Crit bleed. Crit build is bleed is what we are. Let's get another event here, please. Thank you. And the event is destroy the tentacles. Should be easy enough for us. You're gone. These guys are gonna bleed to death anyway. We're doing insane damage in a multitude of ways. We have burst because of the stabbing, and then we also have over time level up. Poison or doom, I don't care about those. Form gives you haste, we're obviously gonna take that. So we're gonna get more and more and more movement speed. Pretty important in the grand scheme. Pretty important. By the way, every time you do events, you also get some meta progression gems all over the map. That's what these gems are. You just go ahead and break these and you get meta progression. My target's on the map. Let's chase down my target. Hello, target. And bye-bye, target. Let's level up. I got increase the damage of every bleed you apply and increase the damage in general. We're gonna lock this in because increasing damage in general is important, especially if it's rare. That was a blue one. It was rare-ish. I'm gonna go into another event. Kill the toxic sporelings. Easy enough. Loop around the map. Destroy everything that you can. By the way, the game is not zoom outable, I cannot zoom out more. Also have a whole playlist of this, so if you want to get a simpler run going on, you can definitely go ahead and watch that. Editor's most likely gonna make some kind of card up here so you explain, but the game is very different from then. We're gonna go 15% damage up without the 10% movement speed downside. I'm just gonna run through here, and let's go ahead and break some meta progression. And let's now run over here. Very nice. Continue on. By the way, as I said, the game is going to become more and more difficult the moment we enter Endless. Sorry, I didn't activate the event. Destroy the tentacles. Because there is like a difficulty modifier and that's going to go up. Right now it's like 200% enemy health and whatnot. It's going to go up very quickly at some point. Okay, let's destroy the tentacles. The more they are aligned, the better. Avoid opponents. Dashing makes you almost immune, by the way. Bladestorm, I don't care. Doom, I also don't care. Let's roll them. Every bleed you do does more damage. For each skill of type bomb you have, the rest are better. No, I'm not gonna stick to bombs. Let's go here. Maybe I should have gotten that thrust skill when I had the choice. Although it didn't bleed, I think. Opponents are surviving more and more. Yep, opponents are becoming more and more durable. until I get one of the more important things. Let's avoid here. Whoa, off I went. Level up. The bomb thing again. For each skill of your bomb, improve your skills without bomb, giving them crit chance. That's irrelevant to us. Let's reroll here. Haste gives us finesse. And so I'm doing loops right now. Like the one buff gives you the other buff. And finesse makes it though so you multi-strike. So right now, for example, I have a chance to multicast 96%. So all of my attacks, I mean most of them, yeah, almost all of my attacks are attacking more than one time. Right now. It's really nice. I just got a level up here again, and we just did every single one of my quests. So now we're gonna go fight the boss. First of all, we're gonna get all the bleeds do more damage. On guard does expose and bulwark, and I don't really want that. We're gonna go here. Thrust gives us more crit chance. That's irrelevant to us. We're gonna roll away. For each skill type of thrust, improve your skills without thrust, giving them crit chance. Yeah, that was a wrong choice whenever I chose it. Let's roll away. On guard again, no. Each skill that has thrust, improve skills without thrust, crit chance. Once again, useless. Let's roll away. Shadow Steps is Doom. This is strikes the target direction, which is a swing attack, causing damage based on the number of stacks of finesse you have. So this is gonna now join, because it does 57 times finesse. I have 100 stacks of finesse, so right now this is doing 5,000 damage. This is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Damage based on number of stacks of bleed stays, the bomb goes. And that's not a thrust skill, this is a swing skill. Increase the multicast chance of all of your skills of type thrust, or increase the damage modifier of all your skills type thrust. So 3% damage or 24 is multicast. I'm gonna go 3% damage, because damage means also bleed damage. And let's go into this. Multicast is gonna happen anyway because I'm a finesse build. And let's go fight with this bad boy over here. Arakura, the Broodmother. Arunak, the Broodmother, I guess. And this is the boss that's gonna give us an insane passive the moment we beat it, if we beat it in a timely manner, which we should be able to do. Stay away from me. Of course, the more damage I do, the better. This guy's gonna try to slow us down with those webs on the ground. I would like to avoid that happening. We have a 25 stacks of slow. Now, the stacks of slow in general go down. It's not they don't refresh. Look at the boss dying. Look at the boss dying. Level up. And here we got the most important passive we would like to get. Whenever you apply bleed, you may now also apply poison. And that now brings us into the poison idea. And in general, you're gonna slowly understand what the whole idea of this is and how busted it's gonna be. Let's get our first boss passive. So, every time you cause a crit, you have a chance to gain haste. 1% to get 1%. Now, I'm always critting, so this is literally every single attack you do has a 1% chance to crit. Or increase your movement speed and crit chance. And we're not gonna care about any of these. We're gonna reroll here. And we're gonna go for this passive. Increases your cast frequency by 40%, which is insane because that's literally attack speed. And all your skills with ambush trait will now always cause ambush. So that means this thing here now says causes damage based on the number of stacks of bleed on the target always. And this here applies bleed always, right? So everything that says these two are the main ambush skills are now always active. I don't need to go behind the opponents. This here, by the way, says increase your multicast chance every time you hit an enemy with a skill of type thrust, up to 64%. So this is 64% multicast because all of my skills are thrust. So this is also really good. But for now, we're gonna go with ambush, ambush, always ambush. So now we have a guaranteed always ambush mechanic. Now I also get always ambush when I have this activated, which is you know, the assignment, whatever. But this almost never happens at the boss fights. It's very dangerous to get that there. Here I would say we're gonna go with the Scorpion Pit. I think it has better passives, and we're gonna be looping between the Scorpion and the Spider because we want to get more passives from the Spider. Let's go questing. This quest here is the boss. I don't want to fight the bosses first thing. And this is boss again. I don't want to fight bosses first thing twice. So let's go and see what the green is. And the green is bosses again. So I'm gonna go into one of the easier boss ones. Let's go to this, kill the Lords of the Void. Let's go. I have 200 stacks of finesse, by the way. Just to be clear. And the more poison stacks we apply, the more bleed stacks we apply, of course, these guys are going to take more damage. I leveled up. Poison explosive traps, none. Bleed is more powerful. We're going to just take that. I level up again. 30% flurry, or increase the area modifier of all your skills off frontal. Frontal are all of my attacks, literally. So this is 40% AoE on every single one of my attacks. So that means I can be further away from the opponents and still do the same amount of damage. And these guys are getting insane stacks of bleed, by the way. 2,000 stacks of bleed is what that guy had. Let's pop this XP. Let's get the global magnet. And let's level up a bunch of times. Now, all my attacks apply poison. So because I had the combo, now I'm also getting poison passives. Let's get that. Doom, I don't care. Poison, I don't care. Roll them away. Crit, I don't care. AoE in general, I'm gonna say these are mediocre. Let's roll away. On guard, once again, no. Shadow Bolt, once again, no. Roll that away. Cast frequency on my first skill, not really. Roll these away. Smoke Bomb is disorient and ambush. The area counts as ambush. That's useless to us. We have permanent ambush. This is good. 20% AoE on everything. 20% AoE on everything is a yes on my book. Increase the multicast chance of the skill Sinister Strike, which is this thing, which is doing a lot of bleed. This is 40%. Or another point of finesse. I mean, I can lock this in, but honestly, I don't really care about it this much. We're gonna go with another point of finesse. 10% attack speed on everything. 10% attack speed is decent. And let's go ahead and kill our target. And the target is in this corner, and the target just fell. Very nice. And let's go fight bosses again. By the way, the difficulty has increased, just to be clear. Now enemies have 500% more health, they have more armor, enemy body mass, etc, etc. We don't care about these, roll them away. We don't care about these, roll them with a reroll. And this is the final choice. It's enemies in a long line in the target direction, causing damage. Damage is multiplied based on your movement speed, and gain form and haste. And form gives us also haste. So this is comboing into everything pretty much. So my crit chance should be through the roof. Damage multiplier right now is 7 times 2. So I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna throw away the damage based on bleed stacks. And now this is also another thrust skill, by the way. So that means we have pretty much another skill here that gives us even more stats, and we're gonna be even more powerful because of that. And now we have damage alongside bleed, and opponents are toast, of course. We got 12 levels, 13 levels. Let's also get this. Let's also get the magnet, and let's see how many levels we're gonna get. Cast frequency on my eviscerate. Eviscerate once again is the bleed. You can see at the bottom what gets the buff. So this right now does 9 times 6, 10 times damage in comparison to what it says. Let's go attacks with an eviscerate. Multicast on this thing. Once again, this is more damage based on how many stacks I have, or more magnetism and XP gain. Honestly, magnetism and XP gain is important. Let's get this. And I'm not going to change build, so I'm going to say skip active skills from here on out. Let's get XP gain. AoE or blocking power. I would say let's get some blocking power so we don't explode. Damage on eviscerate is definitely a yes. Whenever you apply bleed, a portion of the total damage is caused instantly in addition to the normal damage. So 40% of my damage, of all my damage, because I'm a bleed build, happens instantly. Plus what I already do. And even more damage on bleed. The bounties last 10 seconds longer. That's actually good, so we maintain it permanently. Bleed now causes damage more frequently. I want both of these, so we're gonna lock this in, and we're gonna get that. And I'm gonna also get this. Cast frequency on the spear, or multicast on everything. I'm gonna say multicast on everything. When I get form, I also gain haste, even more haste chance, which does even more damage scaling for this thing. AoE on everything, or more frequent ninjas. I'm gonna say AoE on everything. My thrust skills give damage to my if all of your skills type thrust. Increase the damage. Yeah, all my thrust skills gain damage. That's it. My form gives me even more haste, and all your attacks apply poison does more. I'm gonna lock that in because I want it. We're gonna get this. Increase the maximum active units of assassins. Okay, we're gonna lock the poison in again and take this. Eviscerate multi-chance. I mean, I think Eviscerate's gonna be one of my higher damage ones, so I want this too. I'm gonna continue locking the poison. Okay, I don't care about the block, let's get the poison. Crit chance is irrelevant. Damage on Eviscerate is definitely relevant. This is Subdue actually, because Subdue is the thing that does more damage based on how many stacks of Finesse I have, and I have 300 stacks of Finesse. So with 300 stacks of Finesse, this is doing 300 times 64, so this is insane. And this is doing 445 times 10, so this is also pretty powerful. The rest are good. This does 2000 bleed, this does 4000 bleed, and also does 79 damage based per bleed stack. It's insane. We have insane things going on. Let's go ahead and destroy our target. Target's toast. Let's go delete the blue events now. We are very powerful. Damage based on target or multicast. I'm gonna say multicast. Crit chance is useless. We're gonna go flat damage. Increase the multicast chance of all my thrust skills by 24%. Instant take. Lose 10% movement speeds a no on my book. 30% damage is mediocre. We're gonna roll away. Multicast on this is good, but we got a 40% chance, 40% area actually. You know what? No, we're gonna get the area. I'm not gonna lock in a multicast. Level up. Eviscerate happens more often or more damage. We're gonna go Eviscerate happens more often. 4% more damage on the buff. I'm not really sure if I want it, but maybe it's good. The thing is, you don't have it in the boss fights. In the big boss fights that matter. The Titan boss fights. That's why I'm avoiding it. Even more AoE is a yes. Whenever you apply poison, you may now also apply Doom. 75% chance to do 700 Doom damage. And once again, what is Doom? Doom is, it causes 700 damage after 5 seconds. Damage is increased with new applications and duration is refreshed. So it is not gonna pop it. If Doom accumulates more damage than the opponents have max health, it will instantly execute the target. And whenever Doom causes damage, 25% of the total damage is dealt in AoE. And why is Doom important? You're gonna see that when we get the big combo piece. Let's destroy Void Lords now. What did I get? I get attacks have a chance to apply poison. We do more poison damage. Every single debuff is important, by the way. Look at the opponents losing life like crazy. Toast, toast. Where are the other ones? I just need to see where they are, right? That's the thing. The moment I see where the opponents are, they're dead. And toast, very nice. I don't even know where they are. Bleeds does more damage. We got two things we want. Poison applies Doom is the more important one. We're gonna lock this in. We're gonna also get the other one. Form gives us haste. So the more haste we gain through form, the more damage we do because of this thing. Because right now this thing is doing 16 times damage. Poison applies Doom once again. Very important, as I said. We got a level. Multicast, my first skill. We got it. Let's also get my quest. Very nice. Quest done. Look how fast we're running. I mean, look at this. This is right now doing 18 times damage. And let's get the chest, because why not? Why not? Level up. Form gives us haste again. So we scale my damage even more. I have 400 stacks of finesse, 300 stacks of crit chance, which by the way gives us 434 crit chance, and 780 stacks of movement speed, 800 stacks of movement speed now. So we're like the god of running right now, and we're still waiting for the chest. Chest pop, level up. Multicast, the most busted ability we have, the quick strike. I mean, we're gonna see what's the most busted at the end of it. I think Eviscerate's gonna be the best one. And we got the most important passive, XP gain and pickup range. By the way, it used to be so trash, but now it's extremely good. Let's get another event, kill the scorpions. And the scorpions are dead. Very nice. Maybe I should have gone to higher difficulty, by the way. Very often Sifd video tactic. Even more haste from form. I lost a little bit of life. That's the main reason why going into higher difficulty is not very safe. You get one shot. Maybe I should not have banished max life. You know, in hindsight. In hindsight, maybe should have, could have, would have not. But it's okay. Whoop! I just lost one of my revives. Just like that. One revive down. Because there is a wall here and I run into it. Let's maybe not waste running into random directions. Get the magnetism, get the XP drop, get another 2 magnets, level up. Attack speed and everything is a yes. AoE on everything is a yes. And reroll something specific. I would say attack speed on eviscerate's a yes. And let's go ahead and go into the blue fight. What's the blue fight? Void Lords again? I don't want Void Lords again. I would like to get not Void Lords again. Yeah, let's do this, whatever that is. Kill the Dune Vultures. And that should give us the Titan fight. Right, we did the quest. And we got enough. Magnetism is gonna happen. Man, I really enjoy that this game constantly gives you global magnetism. And look how slowly we move without our buffs. We don't exist without our buffs. And also without this buff. But we have the crew of assassins with us. Let's go fight the Scorpion and see what the Scorpion's gonna give us. Right? That's what we wanna see. Hello, Scorpione. Mira Hazet, Terror of the Sands. Muhrazet. Let's see how fast, first of all, it dies. Or it doesn't die, I guess. Now, this enemy here is extremely dangerous in comparison to all the other bosses. I think it's the most dangerous boss because, yeah, because of these typhoons where if you run into them, you're gonna die. Let's go. I'm not trying to avoid your death, and I lost a life. When the game slows down, that means you just lost a life. So the boss died. I have no more revives. Level up. We got attack speed, and the passive of the boss is every time you cast any skill, you have a chance to gain form, or a 5% chance if I cast anything to gain form. Form is crit chance. Or increase the direct damage taken by 4% of the opponents. So the opponent's gonna take a lot more damage. 20% chance of all my attacks to apply exposed, which is insane as a debuff. But let's see what else this guy has. Your armor is improved by 64 and 32. Increase all damage you cause based on the number of stacks of bleed on the target. 0.1 per stack, maximum of 50%. Obviously this is what we want, but let's reroll to see what else he gives us, right? Expose and form. The armor and the bleed. Yeah, let's take the bleed. So that obviously makes us a lot more busted. And let's go into the next boy, which is, of course, the spider again. As we do know for a fact that the spider is gonna give us another busted thing in a moment. First of all, none of these guys should be able to survive. I mean, in general, we should be really good at slaying bosses because of all the application. Hey, look, opponents are trying to come close to us. No, you don't. Let's give me the level up. And we got a magnet. And we also got whenever you apply poison, apply doom. So we're gonna lock this in. We're gonna get the magnet. So we get more levels faster. And we're gonna also get the doom. And now I have normal locks. So we got the poison applies doom again. I mean, we don't apply that much poison. Therefore, we don't apply that much doom. Whoop, that's a void fight. Whatever. We should be able to destroy this anyway. Void lords should be melting. Your crit strikes apply poison. All of my attacks are crits, so 50% of the time I apply poison. And that poison has a chance to apply doom. So we're deeper into doom now pretty much by going deeper into poison. Which is extremely awesome in my opinion. Level up, bleed does even more damage. Opponents have millions of bleed stacks on them. You're toast, and you're also toast. Very nice. Level up. And here we're forced into choosing. Either I do more bleed damage or my bleed does more damage. I'm gonna go my bleed does more damage. Poison applies more doom. Very nice. Classic 1-2 punch. AoE on everything. Attack speed on everything. And let's continue going. Hey, look, we got a quest. Quest is done. I take 2 less damage from everything. Yeah, let's take 2 damage reduction. That might help us, maybe. I don't think it really will, but who knows. I had a quest, I did the quest. My attacks almost are global at this point. More damage from the thing. No, let's roll these. More bleed stacks. What is this? This is kill cultist harassers. And we still have the quest. Quest is done. Let's see what we get out of this. Cast frequency or damage. We're gonna go damage. Cast frequency on the ninjas. I don't think so. We have the max amount of ninjas anyway. Attack speed on the spear. It has 0.5. Let's increase that. Still 0.5 cooldown. Let's rush over to the hard quest. More survival or more movement speed. Let's go more survival, obviously. Let's do the quote-unquote hard quest, which I don't think is gonna be hard. Whoa, we died! No! Well, that's the difficulty scaling for ya. Next run. Let's go next run. Let's, yeah, we did this one. Let's go off to the next run, because that's how you die in this game. You pretty quickly explode. That's why I went for the medium setting, and we're gonna do another one right away. So let's do another one, this time with a barbarian, another old true classic busted build character, and we're gonna go with a singular focus build, which means we're gonna have a single skill a bunch of times. So we're gonna break the game a different way this time. I think this is gonna be a lot of a better run than the previous one was. Let's go into this and see how it's gonna go. We're gonna go into Titan Hunt level 2, and yeah, if you want to see new characters, as I said, drop some likes. If we get 1,000, I'm gonna play another run. No, what's the idea here? First of all, I have this thing which says that if I do a bunch of attacks, I do a battle shout. Battle shout gives us more multi-cast chance. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of attacks. So first of all, this passive is when we fight and the bar fills, we get 35 damage, 58% armor power, and 35% movement speed. Armor power is important. We're gonna be a defensive build. Whirlwind is an attack that gives us Bulwark and Finesse. Bulwark is chance to block, and Finesse is chance to multicast. So that's gonna be the crux of the build, but not this build, not this ability, a different one. We're gonna go with Brokent here. There is an idea of what exactly we want to be building up to, which is damage. We want to be building up to damage. And let's get into trying to destroy opponents. Now, I don't have any healing whatsoever. I have not chosen the healing route. I'm choosing most of the time with the runes, because I'm going a little bit more at the gambly route with the runes this time. Which is we're gonna try to get more of those combo runes going. First level, first of all, trash. Increase the amount of rage you gain. I don't really care about any of these. Let's maybe roll them away. The movement speed is nice, so let's get movement speed. And let's start going towards one of the objectives, to be completely honest. And this objective should be easy as long as it's not a boss. Kill the dune beasts. We might lose some life here and there, but it's okay. Let's just slowly trickle away of the opponents. I think healing is extremely important as a trait to get. But once again, I didn't really invest into it, so it is what it is. And let's go on. There should be some kind of passive that gives you healing in some way, shape or form. Let's level up. And we found, we didn't find the skill we want. We found another whirlwind. Let's roll away from these. We found the skill we want. So this is the skill, double slash. Slashes in the target direction twice, causing damage and applying debilitated, which is reduces all damage dealt by the target by 1% for 5 seconds with each hit. Gain bulwark and finesse. So we get the same buffs, and we also debilitate the opponent, and it does more damage. This here does 572 damage, this does 1000 damage. So this does more damage. Cooldown 0.9, cooldown 0.9. So this is just a straight up better skill. And it's gonna be like a slash attack. We're gonna see it just like a slash in front of us. It's like a red slash. And I'm now enraged, so we're gonna be doing more. Now, the more finesse I have, the more multi-attack we're gonna be doing. I found the magnet. I definitely want the magnet, and I also want the 30% movement speed. I mean, the magnet is the actual thing we care about. 30% movement speed, not that much. I should start banishing some common things. You know, all those common items should be banished. 5% damage, for example, I should honestly banish. Although 5% damage might be not the one. Increase the area of swing attacks. You're gonna get that 30% area. Pretty important. Because all my attacks are gonna be swing attacks. So area is important. And we found Subdue, which is very important. Strike in the target direction. It's a swing attack, causing damage based on the number of stack of finesse we have. Very, very important, because we are a finesse build. So we want to be gaining more damage on us based on how much finesse we are. Previously we had finesse, this time we also have it. Let's throw these away, increase the amount of rage. Let's banish that, I never want to see that again. Block power is not that important, armor power is important. Crit damage, 12 is a low number. 5% movement speed, 5% attacks, let's go with 5% attack speed, honestly. Although from some point on it's gonna be infinite attacks, so it won't really matter. Get my XP. 10% attack speed is a yes. And we found our level here, Whirlwind, Savage Dragon, whatnot. Now let's roll these away. And once again, not the one we care about. We only care about double slash. We found this, temporary increase your cast frequency based on how many stacks of finesse you have, but I don't really think that matters. Dramatic Orb, no. Roll again. Roll again. Roll again and again. And we found our double slash, very nice. I'm getting more rerolls every 5 levels, by the way. 20% movement speed is nice, I would say. Or damage on subdue, that's also important. Let's go movement speed though, I would like to not die. And let's also go towards the next quest. Cast frequency of subdue, that's definitely important. I should have banished the life gain common, by the way. Let's go ahead and do some quests. And here we go. Very nice. Kill this and the riders. I don't care about, we're doing a rider kill here. Very nice. The main idea, by the way, is getting as many of the combo pieces. Double slash, very nice. We got that for free. The more double slashes we have, the more infinite double slashes we get. Because, of course, they are multicasting. Nice, and you already see the madness here. 16 armor is nice. Let's actually banish things that I would like to stop seeing. Okay, 10 movement speed is a weak one. Nice AoE. Now we're gonna go armor power. Armor power specifically is important. Let's throw the crit chance away. Even the low frequency, low area, low block for sure. All the blocks, to be honest. Resilience, of course, is a yes. Let's go to the next fight. There was a gem in the corner, though. Now you see we slowly do insane damage. Whirlwind is a yes. Let's take a whirlwind for now. And here's the important part. Every time I get bulwark, I have a chance to gain aptitude. Aptitude gives us crit damage. And I am building up bulwark. So 38% of the chance, I'm gaining 2% aptitude. Very important for our damage scaling here. Max health 15 is a weak one, and we're done with banishes. We're gonna get a weak magnet. Find Void Lords, but at this point I'm already a crazy build. As you see, I'm a Mega Beyblade of attack, level up. On the Whirlwind, I mean, obviously we want the Saws. As once again, these are straight up better. 917 damage against 479. A good magnet. I don't want to ever level up any specific slash, so it doesn't really matter. If it says power up a slash, it's gonna be just a random slash. Increase the damage from all frontline attacks, which are literally all of my attacks. 40% damage here for free. Very nice. Every time I get Bulwark, I gain aptitude. 4% aptitude now, so my crit damage goes up. My crit chance, by the way, is 55%. We found a Whirlwind again, a bit irrelevant. We found a decent mag. Actually, it's just a magnet. Once again, attack speed is irrelevant. I don't want to boost any of my specific ones. And we found multicast on every single physical type attack, which is all of them. Therefore, I just got 48% multicast for free. Because my multicast is already insane. Even more magnet. This is a very good start. This is a very good start. Very, very good start. Hey, look at the opponent, and he's gone. None of these. A decent magnet again. What is this? Increase the amount of rage you gain while your health is low. Not really. I don't want any of these. Roll them. Reduce the amount of rage consumed while enrage is active. That's actually decent. Let's get 2 global magnets. Let's also get money. And instead of picking it up, just get a magnet. Very nice. And continue moving forward. Level up 5 times. Here we want a specific one. No. Armor, yes. None of these. Enrage lasts longer, pretty much. No, we're gonna go every time you apply finesse, which I am getting a lot, very often, I gain bulwark. Bulwark is increase your block power. So I'm gonna be gaining finesse and bulwark twice. Magnetism. AoE on every single one of my attacks. So that should already be insane. Armor is a yes on my book. Armor is important. Armor is the one thing we're not building up that much. And right now I have 50% damage reduction from armor. That's pretty important, as you understand. Not taking damage is the king here. Finesse gives us bulwark. Once again, bulwark is this thing. Block power. So I have 70% chance to block an attack right now. Once again, bulwark gives aptitude. Aptitude is crit damage. My crit damage right now is 546%. You see how this is building up? You see how this is happening? I don't care about any of these. I don't care about that much of these. Roll again into attacks. This helps in general, making the opponent shattered. They take more damage. But I don't want that. I want more double slashes because of all the combos that are happening. None of these. Another subdue. Another subdue is, I would say, pretty powerful. Let's get another subdue. Let's throw these out. I don't care about any of these. Roll them. Let's get magnet. Although there was a defense. Yeah, I should have gone for the defense, but it's okay. Get these gems and let's rush over to the left side where we even have a chest. Swing gets more damage. Roll away. Get a small magnet. Bulwark gives us aptitude, and aptitude is crit damage. Which is of course insane, because we're gonna increase my crit chance to 100% at some point. And then we're gonna have an insane damage for free. All the swing get multicast 24. Look at our character right now. Whirlwind again, not really. Magnetic. Let's go. Could also build a spear build with movement speed, no. Another magnet, I would say. Just a bunch of magnets. Finesse gives us bulwark. None of these. A magnet again. A magnet again. Armor again. That's why we'll go for magnet. This is a bunch of finesse, right? No, finesse gives us cast frequency. So this is attack speed based on finesse. Attack speed based on finesse. I mean, let's try that over this. And let's see where my finesse is gonna get to. From 100, right now it's 100. One more dash, that's always nice. I wanna see if I get more finesse or less. That's my question here. I had 100 finesse. It feels like it's almost the same. But the buff just ran out. Now, of course, this is gonna go up at some point. And also this makes subdues do more damage. And for another double slash. Now, do I throw away subdue? Or do I throw away a scent of blood? Maximum bonus 70%. So this is gonna give us 70% casting speed. I think 70% casting speed is decent, especially if I get that I can buff this. Yeah, let's get this double slash and throw away one subdue. This one. The new one goes down anyway. Okay, so theoretically the finesse should go up. Right. Whoa. Yeah, we're at 150 finesse. Especially when I have the buff. And that guy's toast. And this guy's toast. I need to get as much finesse as possible and then, you know, explode the opponents straight up. Level up. Magnet. Another magnet. More magnets, more levels, especially this early. Levels don't give us anything though. We have lost a little bit of life and I can't really heal anything because I don't have the passives for that. But we should have this. As long as I'm healing anything at all. And here we're gonna start building up an insane amount of damage after we beat this guy. Beating this guy is maybe the biggest challenge in this one. Of course I'm building up that he doesn't do damage. If that even works. But I need to stay close. Whoa, yeah, that does not work. He does normal damage to us. I have my armor and whatnot. But I don't have my AoE. At least not yet. And I also don't have my damage build up yet either. Literally first important fights. Man, without healing these aren't even possible. Nice. Level up. Reroll. Bulwark gives us aptitude, therefore more crit damage. Need to increase my crit chance, of course, so my crit damage makes sense. I have 1000% crit damage right now. 1000 crit damage, man. My crits do 1000 times up damage. This guy's setting up earthquakes on the ground, and then also is setting up these volcanoes. I blocked an attack, nice. And he set up another earthquake over here. 58 life. Another volcano set up. A lot of not visible things, by the way. A lot of... It's a boss fight. I mean, it's a boss fight. After this boss, man. After this boss. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. Increase the cast frequency of the buff. I mean, yeah, we need the cooldown to go down. Need the buff to be practically permanent. I'm at 58 life. Opponent's almost... actually, not almost. Opponent's halfway there. Did the opponent enrage? Looks like the boss enraged. I would like to fight with the boss when I'm enraged. I just blocked an attack. Nice, now I'm enraged. I'm at 21 life. I'm gonna lose a life here as always. Heal. When I mean heal, I mean magnet. 18 life. Boss is 6 million. If I beat this before I take any more damage, I'm gonna get my full heal for free. Go up, 18 life still. Okay, everything's going fine. Still 18 life, 13 life now. As you see, when I'm getting hit, I don't lose that much life. 10 life. Roll them. Another magnet, another armor, roll away. Let's another subdue. I don't think subdue is better than what I have. Yeah, I don't think subdue is better than what I have. I would like to get even more crazy attacks with Scent of Blood, honestly. Roll them away. Reroll. No, roll them away. Reroll. Roll them away. Damage on subdue. Pretty important, that's my main damage source. My main... Whoop, I'm at 10 life still. A bunch of meteor attacks. Still alive. It just enraged again. As long as I'm just backtracking and not just double dipping into the damage the opponent's doing to us, I should be good. Life, a bunch of volcanoes all over the place. Come on, 2 million, come on. I'm not gonna risk my 10 life hit here. Maybe I am. My name is YOLO. I got it, boys. Let's go. So I'm gonna fully heal here. I'm not. Okay, we might die. And let's see what this guy's gonna give us. First of all, Bulwark gives a substitute. Secondly, all your attacks now apply Shattered. Shattered is reduce armor power by 3. So opponents are gonna be taking more damage. And then we're gonna go to the Scorpion, which is extremely dangerous. The Scorpion is more dangerous of a fight than this one was. But no, opponents will lose armor, and by them losing armor, they're gonna die. At least they're gonna die faster than what they did already. Let's fight this, which is called Safirsi. So what do I want to gain now? I want to gain buff potency. That's exactly what I want to gain. When I get this buff, I want it to be insane. Level up. And now a double slash. Now the question is... Actually, is there a question? I don't think so. I think 100% attack speed from this is an insane buff. Seismic shock. Prowess and resilience. Slams the target directly with massive force, causing damage, dividing equal among all enemies hit. Gain prowess and resilience. Prowess has increased the damage modifier by 10% for 6 seconds. And resilience has increased the armor power by 5 for 6 seconds. Armor power is very powerful by 5 for 6 seconds. 10% damage done and 5 armor gained. What? This sounds insane. No. With a massive force causing damage divided equally among all enemies. I don't enjoy the divides equally. I would like to get a buff like this, prowess and resilience, but not in a 1.4 cooldown when my attacks are 0.5 right now. This was less than maybe. Expose, bulwark, and form. First of all, I just want resilience. Can I get resilience? Expose, increase direct damage taken by 8. Form is crit chance. I mean, this should increase my damage by an insane amount. Right? 0.7. Hits enemies around you. This seems insane. So, let's keep an eye out. Cast frequency for sure. Let's keep an eye out. I will lose more attack speed, of course, if I do that. Cast frequency of that. Cast frequency of the buff. I'm gonna say cast frequency of the buff. I want the buff to be permanent. My magnet is almost global at this point. 5-6 levels, magnet. Blade Storm, no. Gain prowess, increase the damage, slams the body in the target direction, 2.9 cooldown, a bit too long. Potency for sure. Speed gain, even more potency. Bleed and finesse. I enjoy bleed and finesse. The 2.9 cooldown is insane though. Damage is multiplied based on your block power. And gain finesse. 2.4 cooldown though. 1000 times 7, so this is 7000 damage hit. 7000. How much is this? 100 times 100 stacks, that's 10,000. Okay, Subdue is obviously better. Finesse gives Bulwark. Okay, so Finesse gives Bulwark anyway. Subdue attacks faster, for sure. I need Bulwark. I need one thing that gives Bulwark. Literally one thing that gives Bulwark. Subdue does more damage. Earth and Shield, Resilience. Yeah, Earth and Orb rotate around you, causing damage enemies. Gain. Nah, not really. It has an insane cooldown. Damage to everything, just instant take. Area to everything. Resilience. Finesse, 10,000 damage. Strikes target direction with massive force, causing damage divided. Nope. Nope. Roll him. Guaranteed crit when they're full life. Might as well. Although, I don't think I need that, but I think it's a one-time thing, so it's gonna just disappear. Armor. Buff potency. How much is this now? 153% attack speed. So I need to just make this last forever. It has 10-second duration right now, and a cooldown of 16. Found it again. Axe throw. Finesse, and has piercing. No. 1600 damage. Yeah, but this also does the liberating, gives us bulwark. 2 armor. Lose less rage. That's good damage reduction too. 20 damage for movement speed. Yes on that. Prowess. Increased damage by 10. 1.1 second cooldown. Creates in the ground towards a random enemy, causing damage. Gain prowess and piercing. And this is a slam attack. Prowess is 10% damage for 6 seconds. This is about 50% damage. I don't know, man. I mean, I have a crazy multi-chance anyway, right? Multi-gas chance, 271%. But I do enjoy this. Look at this. We have 200%. Yeah, no, stick to what we have. Stick to what we have. It works, it works. Resilience, so we don't die. What's my resilience right now? I take 60% as damage, and I block 76% of the attacks. We got this. AoE, 40% AoE, let's go. It's happening. It's slowly happening. It's slowly happening. The more opponents we hit, the better it goes. We don't need skills anymore. The skills are locked. Levels. Multi-hit chance on the crazy build. And also Bulwark as a substitute. Yes, on this, give me this. Crit chance is what I want. Crit chance is what I want. From 55, it needs to go to 100. A joke fight, let's go. Things are melting. Things are getting one shot. If we crit them and kill them right away. Crit damage is definitely a no. Never get crit damage. Never get crit damage in this build. We have infinite anyway. Something appeared at the top right. Let's go into the blue one. Nice, easy, easy. Continue with XP for some reason. Is it good to have a bunch of XP? I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Nice. This is so much easier than what I was doing with the rogue, by the way. Take 2 less damage. Flat amount. Also meta progression. I would like my build to be full screen. Armor. The reason I'm getting armor, of course, to not get one shot, as I don't have healing. And in general, getting damage is bad for us. Let's open this event and do it over here on the left side. Kill the Dune Vultures. Level up. More rage. No, let's roll actually. More damage with Subdue. Right now it's doing 157 per stack of this thing, and I have 200 stacks. Subdue cast frequency, yes. 1 second cooldown right now. And with the buff, 0.6. Cast frequency on the buff, 15-second cooldown of the buff. Nice, it's happening, it's happening. Kill the scorpions. We did the chest, by the way, got a level. 120% damage, nice. Continue XP, no, roll them away. Buff potency goes up. 168% attack speed. On the buff right now. Nice, I'm waiting for the permanent buff. I'm waiting for the permanent buff. Buff potency goes up. And we go to fight the boss. And Bulwark gives us aptitude or finesse. I mean both. Why not both? Lock this. Give me this. Swing gets damage up. Lock this. Give me this. Give me this. I guess this. Another one of these two. And a green magnet. I mean, come on with the magnets. Lock this. Give me this. So we can do more damage. It's all about the damage, man. It's all about the damage. I just need to increase my crit chance right now. I need to make the crit chance 100%. Although I would assume there are even more and better buffs. If I could get something like all your attacks bleed, then I'm gonna get an insane amount of stacks of bleed on opponents. Right now, I don't do anything like that. The opponent has 500 million life. Oh, we got this. Once again, the worst opponent. This is the worst opponent by far. Level up. Give me this. I need to stay close-ish so I do more and more damage. Especially if I have all the buffs up. Stay away from the Sunstorm it's doing. Up here we go, attack speed madness is happening. Everything else is dying, by the way. 20% damage, let's go. I know I move a bit slower, but still. Because it's attack thing. Got crazy attack speed going. The boss is falling. After this, all the bosses should be falling. Level up. Even more armor. Definitely. Oh, actually, no. Damage modifier and the thing is definitely yes. This guy has 500 stacks of damage taken and 500 stacks of less damage done. That's the 2 debuffs we have on them. And now, the finishing touch. Die, please. And now, we are gonna be doing damage. Frequency. And let's see at this. Every time you cast the skill, you have a chance to gain form. And form is crit chance. No. Every time you apply artifact power, you gain a stack. No, roll them. What we want is this. All your attacks apply exposed. And exposed is increased direct damage taken by 4%. So now opponents take 4% more damage. Right, the opponents, by the way, are gaining armor here, 10 armor. I'm sending them into negative armor, and I'm gonna also send them into negative damage taken. We're gonna go again into this guy, so we reduce the opponent's armor even more. I could have also started with the thing I just went to, which is more important. The Sunstorm thing is more important as a debuff. But the thing is, which is the main thing, and that thing is gonna kill us. Subdue gets a multicast. Insane buff here that we got. So now we should be killing stuff. Buff duration plus 45%. And now we should have permanent buff up. Yeah, 40-second duration. Look at this. AoE plus 50%. And now the godhood begins. And now the godhood begins. Look at things dying. Very nice, very nice. Frequency. Is that even needed? Oh, let's lock the bulwark, get the bulwark. Let's lock this, get the magnet. Give me this. Armor, I guess. Should also reroll a bit more. Roll away. Better armor. Look at this, I have 1000 bulwark right now. 1000 bulwark means 90% chance to block attacks. Magnetic. Whatever. Let's go. So as you saw, the event just finished right away. The event just melted. Now the build's a thing. Roll them. And this gives us bulwark, so even more bulwark gain. Yep. Look, it's an event. Look, the event's done. Next. Next. Or not. Okay, done. Give me this. Very nice. Oh, there was a treasure gob. Aptitude. Potency. Have I banished? I think by banishing the base crit chance, I banished all the crit chances. That's why I'm getting so many magnets. Yeah, I think I threw the crit chance out of the game. 55% crit chance. It is what it is. I'm losing out on an insane amount of damage I could have had. I didn't realize, because I'm also not finding life, right? So banish is very powerful in hindsight. I should not have wasted them. When we're gonna play this again, we will know. We will know. We're gonna use and abuse every single knowledge we have gathered today. More bulwark, man. More everything. Magnetic doesn't matter. Armor, I don't know. Yeah, I can definitely abuse that. Cast frequency, that did not need to happen. Armor. What's my armor at, by the way? 67% damage taken. Got another level from that. Potency is always a yes. Subdue attack speed is a yes. I don't know, magnet. What is this? Did any other event spawn? Nope. We got it. We got this one too. Armor. Potency or whatever it was. More mana. More everything. More everything. Level up. Another XP gain. Level up. Damage. Give me a level. A bunch of meta progression all around us. I would like to get some more AoE so I don't even need to see where I'm attacking and just everything just gathers. Level up. Let's go. Damage. Let's move a little bit slower for damage. It's bosses. Let's see what they're gonna even do to us. And they survive. And they die. Very easy. Let's continue. What are you? It's an event. Event's gonna be also easy. Let's continue. Okay, now the question is how easy does the boss die? Or not, for that matter. I think everything breaks. We gather everything. Very nice. Bunch of yellow. Nice, we are mortal. This is a lot more chill vibey than the first one. The first one was extremely pressuring. This is just, easy enough. Let's see how we're gonna deal against this guy. Does this guy do insane amounts of damage? Or is he also gonna die? Yep. Why do I not have my buff? Oh, that's how I attack with the buff. Oh, I'm dying. By the way, the game does have the choice of you closing out the visuals. You can make it so it's easier visible. I want to go fight Spider again. Multicast everything. The boss is dying, as you can see. The boss is halfway there. The boss is 500 million. Will I lose a life on this? And boss is dead. Just exploded at some point. I think if we crit a subdue, that's when they die. Let's see what we get. Damage and cast frequency. Damage modifier and cast frequency. I lose movement speed though. Is that important? Let's roll away. Increase the shatter it. Reduce armor power. I think I'm gonna go with increase the shatter it. And now we're gonna fight Spider. Why? Because Spider gives you crit chance. And if I get crit chance with 1000 crit damage, well, that's a bunch of damage. And then I go Scorpion. Although maybe Scorpion first and then Spider. I don't know. Maybe this fight I just did should have been Spider. Yeah, maybe this even less armor is not that important. How much armor do the opponents even have? Give me a second, I have pickup to make. Okay, sure, for that I'm back. Let's go ahead and destroy these guys. Magnetic again. XP gain like crazy. Okay, so by end up using the banishes, you can definitely create something very busted very easily. Bonus amount, no reroll away. We found AoE. Let's go. That's what we wanted. AoE is the important part. What is this? Shadows of the Void. Even more AoE. Even more AoE. Look how fast we attack. What is this? Oh, that's half my life gone. That's what that is. These guys are also gone. Yeah, melted. Heated and deleted. All of us. Roll them. Multicast. Multicast on the best ability we have. AoE. Look how big my attacks are. Now I don't even need to see the opponents on the screen to avoid them. Potency a decent amount. Shadows of the Void, whatever. This is 275 attack speed. AoE, which loops, the 270 something attack speed, by the way, loops into itself. Which means the more attack speed I have, the more of this buff I'm getting. And the more of that buff I'm getting, the more attack speed we have, because that buff is multicasting. Right, so I'm multicasting even more. Armor. Finesse gives me shielding. My shielding is at 1800. Okay, and here we go. Let's continue. Destruction boy. Melting everything with blades of nothing. Armor. Shielding gives us damage. All the buffs. All the buffs. Subdue multicast. Obviously, subdue is my big hitter. Armor. What's my armor at, by the way? We're taking 70% damage and 90% of the attacks are getting blocked. And whatever else gets through kills us. Because I cannot gain max life, which is a mistake I did. Both opponents exploded. We get the XP. Next event. Armor, whatever. I also threw away movement speed, by the way. Yeah, okay, I should have looked into what I'm doing a little bit before I started the recording, but it's okay. It's okay. If anything, I would say the way they did it is the best one. Give me subdue multicast. Level up. Give me the other buff. And you guys are gonna die too. Are you not? Yeah, you're gone. And you're gone. I think subdue is doing this, by the way. I think subdue is melting the opponents like that. Level up. Give me this. Magnetic. Whatever, even more aptitude. Let's go ahead and do a quest. We have 14 more points to get. 4 more points to get. This is gonna be easy. This is gonna be slimes. Actually, bats. Done. Easy enough. As far as I know, I don't need to chase down everything. This is a timed event. I really don't like this, but it's okay. It's the Void guys. They chase you down, you loop around, you good. By the way, I'm actually surviving without the healing, which I was afraid of I would not be able to do. Although the boss most likely will explode us. These are the stats that are right now true. Enemy health 12,000 more health or whatever. Whatever, I'm talking weirdly lately. I mean, I have not slept for about 35 hours at this point. I'm really bad at planning my time and day and whatnot. 2,000 block power, but 1,000 is the cap. Okay, we capped the block power. So because I capped the block power, I would say I don't need to... I can change one of my double slashes. Legendary multipower, and also fitness gives us bulwark. It's not fitness, it's finesse. Let's go multicast. I can definitely keep the finesse idea going. Subdue multicast definitely stays. I can keep the finesse idea going and trying to go for a different, like throw away one of the double slashes. Because my finesse is building up enough armor where I can build something else up on top of that. But I need to continue being in the swing build and finesse idea. Swing build. I mean, there's definitely something that says every time you use a swing, you also use another thing, right? Let's see how we're gonna handle this. We do not have build up the buffs yet. Wait for it. Level up. What is this? Increase the damage modifiers of all of your swing. You know what? Lock this down. Give me this. Damage is more important. Okay, I think we got all the buffs now. We're not there yet. Now we're there yet. Now we are there. And I'm making the numbers go big. Opponent has 27 billion life. We should easily have this. Give me this. Was the other one buff potency? I don't think we need buff potency right now. I came here to get crit damage, by the way. Yeah, a crit chance. I should have come here as my third boss. The first two bosses were correct. The third boss was wrong. Subdued cast frequency, as if it doesn't fire every single millisecond. Is the death of the spider speeding up? Well, not really. Time to get a new skill in the build. Level up. Let's start finding skills. Armor is what I would say. 9 billion. 7, 6, 5, 4. No, not 4, 5. 4. I think I'm attacking so often. If I get poison, I might pick poison. So I go a debuff route. Resilience. So I get rid of. I start finding stuff that might make us more powerful. Give me something worth it. With the 35-6 of aptitude, you gain launch multiple webs in front of you that cause damage and apply slow. And then I can get slow applies X, and then X applies Y, and then Y applies Z, and then just a whole loop of things. Every time you cause a crit strike, you have a chance to gain haste. Haste is movement speed. And then haste gives us X, and Y gives us Z. Well, let me actually show you what I wanted to get. I want to just get this 30% crit chance. Launch 0. 430 damage. The stacks are a joke. I'm getting these stacks in milliseconds. I think I want this, and by applying slow I get access to other things. I mean, this here is like 300% multiplicative damage. I think I want 300% multiplicative damage, and I'm seeing that because obviously I have 1000% crit damage. And I also get some movement speed. Obviously we're gonna go here, because this guy gives us opponents take more damage. That by definition is one of the more powerful ones. Let's go. Where's my higher crit damage? Should not destroy things. Done. Give me the swing. There was a magnet, but I cannot have everything. Level up and now slash lightning surge. Increase your movement speed and cause all other skills to apply dazed temporary. Dazed is chance to receive a crit. Not really. Stun. No. Ooh. Finesse gives bulwark again. Increase the damage modifier. And now we're gonna increase the damage of everything. I cannot lock, by the way, so I'm forced into something here. We found the aptitude again. Bulwark gives us aptitude. Cast frequency. Okay, here we go. Spear gives us form and haste. Form is crit chance, haste is movement speed, and then that some of this is gonna be like form gives you the other thing and haste gives you another thing. I think that's what I should be doing. This is thrust though. Still 0.5. Let me try this. We're gonna start gaining crazy stats in a moment. We have like insane attack speed here. Multicast one of the slashes, not really. Roll away. This is it. Whenever you cast a skill of type swing, these ones, a 6% chance to cast the sharp spear. And that's what breaks it, is the idea here. Bulwark gives aptitude, we continue with that idea. So now we shoot this all the time. And once again, we just got a thrust, right? Every time I do swing, I get thrust. This is swing. This gives finesse, for example. Nah, we're not doing that. Continue aptitude. Aptitude is important. Increase the cast. I don't need that. Finesse gives bulwark. It's not moving like crazy as you see. Buff duration, does that matter? It doesn't really. Roll then. Frequency is also not really important. Swing has multicast, that is important. Taking less damage is a bit unimportant. What is this? Bleed and finesse. But this is a swing move. 0.97 cooldown. Not really. I don't want her, but these roll them. Savage. Another swing. Another swing. Roll them. Titan's Cleaver. Another swing. Damage multiplied based on your block power. Right now this is 19 times. This is 20 times 2,500. And it gives finesse, of course. And it's a swing. And this is 3,000 damage. But gives us better bulwark. No, I don't think so. I want the better spear. Nope. Subdue again. That could fit. Bulwark, finesse, no. I don't know about these. The spear again. None of these. Power conductor. What? Builds a power conductor at your position for a few seconds. Fires electric rays that trade around it. What the? Thunder strike. Stun and electrify. No. Still trash. Earth missile. Gain colossal. Increase the area. Imagine going for AoE. Swing casts thrust. Obviously we're gonna go with this. Look at how often we're casting thrust. And look at how much buffs of the buffs we wanted we got. And I'm running like crazy. And I got a 370% crit chance. Frequency no. Magnet yes. None of these. Finesse gives bulwark. And bulwark gives damage. I would like to get haste give something, right? Level up. Subdue cast frequency, whatever. Thrust, right? Like this. It's gonna... A powerful shot that causes damage and applies Shattered. Shattered is... Reduce armor power. Now we have that as a debuff we're applying anyway. We reduce armor power ourselves. Magnet, I guess. Magnet again. None of these really. This was not a swing and was a thrust. Now a dash, I don't know. Level up, no. Whoop, here we go. Swing thrust, 24% chance. So we're firing more thrusts. And we're getting more buffs. Magnetic, whatever. Swing, swing, no. I mean, I can get anything that is not a swing, and we're gonna roll into an almost guaranteed. Your X skills now do the Y skill. Almost guaranteed. For example, if I get this, which is electric, I'm gonna definitely gain. Or this, which is slam, which gives us prowess. We're going for this. We're gonna definitely gain something that says your thrusts, your swings give you a slam. We're definitely gonna get something like that. So let's get this one too. Gives us prowess. Let's throw away another double slash, which might kill our build. I'm realizing this might kill our build, but I feel like this is the difference maker. Because the moment I now gain the next level, and the next level might be your swing now is firing something else, we're gonna break the game. Lightning, devastating. Directed damage caused by this skill is multiplied by 3 on crits. Whatever. Whatever. So we should start slowly doing more damage. Okay, dead and dead. Very nice. This, level up. Think about that. Roll them. Bulwark. I have a lot less on this score now. A lot less. You know what? I don't think I care about form and haste. I care about more about prowess. Magnet, whatever. I mean, it's fun running fast, don't get me wrong, but if I can get my prowess to 1000, it's better than getting my haste and my finesse to 1000. Yeah, I reduced my damage by a decent amount because I lost a 2000% crit damage chance. So I'm definitely worse off right now. So either this has to go or this has to go. Thrust. And this is thrust. This gives us for now. This is thrust. Expose. Increase direct damage taken by 8%. Gain form. Form is the crit chance. Okay, I do prefer this. Conjure a spear trap under a random enemy that causes damage applies. Okay, this is guaranteed better than this. These are both thrust. This gives exposed, which is opponents take 80% more damage and crit chance. This gives us movement speed and crit chance. I want the exposed and crit chance. So we're taking this. You go away. And now we make the opponents take more damage. Straight up, simple, clean, and we still gain the crit chance. Yeah, you're seeing just a million traps appear all over the place. And in bosses that should be completely insane. Yeah, this is definitely better. Okay, now we're getting better. When I do a swing, for each type swing you have, improve the other skills that are not swing. Nice. Once again, now I would like to return to another double slash and throw away the ground break. Although it gives us prowess, which increases our damage. But still, unless I get that I have a chance to fire that skill, I don't think it's a good idea right now. So we're gonna be doing an endless here. We have 2 more revives anyway. These guys are gonna increase. He has 138 billion spikes below him. More and more spikes are happening. Of course, I don't have the crazy movement speed I previously had. Can I even beat this thing? Yeah, I can definitely beat. Look how many spikes there are all over the place. Okay, I would like to get maybe an even better build than this, right? Another thrust build that's maybe better than the spikes I have below ground right now. Man, I hate this fight. Ground break frequency, who cares? Roll them. Flat armor, I don't know. I can just dash all the time, I have 4 dashes. Yeah, you just stay there, don't do anything. 80 billion. What's happening? Oh, I also made my main attack a lot weaker by removing all of these double slashes. Come on, man. Right, because I lost all the finesses. Go down, please. No, don't make me lose a lot of life. Yes, I got double slash. Oh, I also got this. Form and haste. And gives you more. No. We're gonna go here. We're gonna throw away this. Forget prowess. We return to my big numbers. And because of this, now I'm doing even more spear traps, right? Now these spear traps fire even more often. Which are these things? Okay, and here obviously we're gonna get reform. I mean, I already have form. Any skill gives you form. I have 1 reroll. Let's see what we get. Exposed, that's what I wanted. Nice, so we make the opponents take even more damage. Let's try the boss I never fought before. Maybe he's gonna give us something awesome. We won, by the way. At this point, we're in endless. Some of the opponents have insane stats. Maybe we're gonna die in this specific boss fight. Maybe that was our destiny. I have not gotten the infinite attack speed yet. Now I got the infinite attack. Actually, it's looping, you know. The attack speed is the looping thing that builds up slowly. Because we need to get the multicast that give us multicast that give us multicast that give us multicast that loop into loop into loop into loop. Yeah, now I'm at 334 finesse. And that should also go even higher. Look how many spikes there are all over the place. Look at how the opponents are melting. Yeah, the spike mechanic I love. I like what we got. Buff potency, let's go. That's still a thing that happens. What is this? Cultists of Heresy. I don't think they should be surviving. I don't think, yep, they're not surviving. Let's go next. The speed at which we're rushing through these I like too. None of these is a thrust. Swing gives damage, the swing get damage modifier. As long as it's not a thrust, we're good. Goblin Giants. As long as it's not the boss thing, we're good. Is what I meant to say. Level up, armor, whatever. Every 5 levels I gain a free reroll. Let's go. Nice. And we're done. Wow, that was extremely fast. We broke the game. We broke the game! My armor is at 63% damage and 71% chance to block. I mean, it's definitely 90% chance to block, and the armor, I don't know. Busted barb. Okay, let's see what this guy gives us. Was it a bad idea not going here a single time this whole time? Or was it actually the best idea and I just made a huge mistake by coming here? I've not got my buff up yet. My buffs are a bit low still. A bunch of spikes are happening, that's for sure. Level up. None of these. Good, decent armor. As always, the stages just loop around. Here we're still not there with the buffs, and now the next buff should be the buffed version we want to be at. Let's go here. Yeah, I have already 361 finesse. The next time we get the buff, we should be at madness. %900 crit chance. 1174. Is that like fixed? Are we capped out? By the way, the opponents have like 800 billion. Maybe there is a thrust on. Oh, what is this? This is first of all a slam. Slams the ground around you, causing damage and applying a shattered and gain prowess. Shattered that reduce armor by 20 and prowess is increased damage by 8. Okay. I actually like this. Honestly, I really like this. Let's get the armor shatter. Let's go here. If I can get that slash skills, now I'll do the slam skills. But this does not have AoE. Level up, roll them. Bulwark gives us aptitude. Yeah, we have that 50,000 times. 50 damage taken. He's switching the build around all the time. Is also killing us, by the way. I mean, am I getting prowess from this? No, form exposed. Swing. Good stats, yeah. This increased my damage. It feels like this reduced my damage. The main idea here, of course, was me gaining the damage, which I have the damage. I have the 256. Maybe this is what I should be going for, man. I don't even know. This over that. This is 20 times 4,000. This is 400 times. This feels better still. Let's throw this finesse in. Switching so many builds. He needs a swing, so it's part of the madness. Lost our first life, let's go. Lost our first life. Woo! 200 bulwark. Finesse builds bulwark. Even more bulwark. Bulwark meets crit build. I think these are all capped out though. Like, it really feels like we're 100% capped out on literally everything other than maybe... Actually no, we're capped out on everything. There is nothing to be left to be capped out on. Stats wise at least, right? Roll them. Buff potency, let's go! Even more attack speed. As if it even matters. Come on, give me something awesome. Give me something broken, my boy. Give me something that makes it worth it that we fought you instead of the rest. You're 1/5 down your life. Pull up another slash. Let's return to the slash build. The more attacks, the better. Of course, we also have the traps appearing from below. Look at the traps all over the place. We're filled with traps. Everything is traps. Would be nice if I had some kind of bleed or something. Level up. Boss 1 is down. Boss 2 is down. Let's see what this boss gives us. Do I have rerolls left? Because I wasted them. I have 1 left. Max health plus 90, AoE plus 30. Okay. Every time you cast any skill, you have a chance to gain Electrified. Electrified. Whenever you cast a skill, consume 20 stacks of Electrified to release multiple jolts of electricity that move in random directions, dealing heavy damage and playing Dazed. Okay, roll away. That's it. He only has these 2. Okay, who cares about life? We're gonna go with Electrified. It was a bad choice, is the answer. And I got reach prestige level 10 with Shaman. What? I got achievements for Shaman. What are you even talking about? This is the best again. I mean, let's go Spider. I'm gonna get haste from the Spider. So now we get Electrified. Is that even important? Will I unlock something with Electrified? Is there any chance we're gonna get something like... dazed opponents get bleed, and then all my attacks bleed? That would be nice. That would be nice. I don't want to change spells again. Multicast. Yeah, I literally don't want to change anything. Let's just go. I'm pushing infinite. That thing's gonna break later. Let's go. Kill the spiders. The spiders are dead. Don't bosses. The bosses, whatever. Swing does thrust. Swing does thrust. Subdue. Which is guaranteed my highest DPS. Okay, definite thing. Opponents are dying. Alright, nice. Magnet. What is this over here? I don't care about it. We are rushing. We are rushing. Armor. Subdue. An event. The event's done. Another event. The event's done. Magnet, whatever. Another event. And event's done. Or not. No, it's done. Where are we now? Down here. Another event. Thrust does not something else. AoE of the spikes, definitely AoE of the spikes. That's gonna be the biggest difference maker. Chance to do the spikes. I got everything I would assume. Damage of the spikes maybe, yeah, I mean we're doing so many spikes. You know what? You can definitely break this game with a very specific way. You can make it so that there is like a rune in the beginning of the run where you can make a character have any skill from any class. So if you find a skill you would like to multicast a million times, and you just go with what I'm already playing and you multicast that thing insane times, that's when you win. This guy have 5 billion life. 5 billion life. And when I say billion, I actually mean trillion. This thing has 5 trillion life. What? Why? Why 5 trillion, man? Why do you do this to me? I think we have not gotten yet the mega buff. And we're about to get the mega buff in 5, 4, 3... let's go aptitude 2, 1. Although aptitude is capped out. Yeah, this is capped out. This is the buff max. Yeah, we're at 400. Man, I'm not moving. Let me die. Let me die in peace. I don't think it makes sense here to even continue. I have 1 life. This is it. Let's see how long I can survive with 1 life. I'm willing to loop around with 1 life. I mean, I can't even apply more than 2000 stacks of the debuffs here, so it's almost impossible. Practically speaking. What are my numbers here? Armor 80%, block chance 90.6. I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. You see why I didn't go to the higher difficulties? Because this is ridiculous. The opponent has 5 trillion life. Let me lose. Let me lose in peace. Let's reroll. Maybe I'm gonna find something insane. Nah. Front attacks. Boom! Ragdoll physics! Woo! Crow! I love it. I love the ragdoll physics. This is a win, by the way. Look at our levels. Dun 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 dun. And we got all this meta progression. And let's also see the skill tree for a second there. Did you enjoy what you saw? Comment down below, tell me about it. And in general, keep an eye out for more content because I really like the game. I sound very tired right now because I am extremely tired right now. I am unslept for a long while. So yeah, I think that is going to be it for today. I feel like super dizzy. What should I get? Should I get pushback resistance by 5? Should I get block power? Block power, what a joke for this character, although you might not always play the same build as I had. Increase the amount of rage you gain per kill when your health is below 30. Yeah, all feel meh. Let's throw them into magnet range, just so that the really game is not extremely bad. And then I guess damage taken on low life. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, honestly. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was once again, you know, Soulstone Survivors, a huge new patch. I didn't really showcase the new character, the shaman. But there are a lot of new characters in general. There are also skins, there are community skins as you see in the bottom right corner. And in general, the game has an insane progress thing. You play through, like, if you enjoy Survivors games and if you enjoy broken stuff, this game, the replayability is through the roof. In a bunch of different directions. They have different characters, they have different skills, each character has different skills, each character has different weapons, there are different game modes. You have the normal survival mode, you have the other survival mode with endless normal, then you have another one which is like an arena which I didn't even showcase, and then there is this one with the missions they just added and the boss at the end. Like they just add stuff, and there is so much replayability. Like this game is gonna take you at least 30 hours, if not 50, to get everything done, and even then you're not gonna have done everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Also, thanks for watching and see you guys around.